How's it going, everybody? So, getting gas today, I noticed my gas cap didn't want to stay shut when I was done. So, I'm gonna figure out how to make this spring actually retain. Otherwise, it just flops in the wind. So, to start with this, you'll get a flathead screwdriver here. You want to stick it in this slot. And then you want that open, and then pop this off. There's the first step. Next thing you're going to want to do is that right off. And then you're going to remove these 3 bolts, which we'll figure out what size they are here in a second. So to pick up back where we were, got a 5/16. That'll take out these 3 bolts here. So shouldn't take too long. I'm gonna make y'all watch it. I'll be right back. All right. Now that those 3 bolts are pulled out, covers off, there's going to be a tab on the inside of here that you're going to have to pull to release this whole ring here. Pop this whole thing out so you can get to the spring inside and fix it. I'll show you that here in a second. The spring that went bad's right there. You can see it in front of my finger. You're going to pull this whole assembly out. There's 2 screw holes, the other's right there. There's a tab on the inside of the skin of the truck that connects. It's going to be like you can feel it with your finger. It'll be like a divot right here that you'd push outwards, and that'll release this to be pulled out. Now that tab is up here on the left side. So once I get that tab pulled out, I'll show you where we're at next. Shouldn't be too much of an effort, but I can do it with one hand, so I'm gonna have to put y'all down. That notch gave me more issues than I expected, but it's off. You see the problem? That was connected, I just popped it off, but it's popped out. That shouldn't be like that. Let's see if we can fix it. Alright, so this is the problem. When this opens, there's no retention because it popped out. So I'm gonna pop it off, take this out, the little retention spring, set that here, and see why this is doing what it's doing. Let's just pull it out. Okay. So with this out, what we could do is put a screw in it, but we're going to need a very tiny screw to hold this in place so that it doesn't happen again. So the idea would be that would sit there. This would be fed back through and sit flush right here. It would sit flush here. The screw would go in the tip. So it would actually be sitting like that. And then the retention would be maintained because the screw's holding it in place with the washer. Let's see if we can find a screw small enough for that. So here's what we're gonna do. 5/64 drill bit. I'm gonna drill the tip to about right there. Just enough so that I can sit this screw inside with this washer. That way when I put this back in, I can screw that screw in and it holds it flush inside here. So not the most accurate hole, but a hole nonetheless. This will go in there. with that washer. And before we do that, let's Dremel off this excess plastic here to prevent from dealing with that. So I know when we last picked up, I was saying we were gonna Dremel that off. Ain't no real point in doing that. It does reach the bottom. So with this reinstalled, really it would be like this. So the door would open, spring retention, everything's good. So didn't have the ideal setup for a screw and washer, but I got 2 washers, a small screw in there. All it's meant to do is keep this pin from popping out again so that we don't deal with this anymore. Very seems like it's functional, so let's go reinstall it. The thing that I found handy while working is this electrical tape. So while taking this off, I was using this to keep chipping the paint, especially right there. The screwdriver seemed to have hit it a bit on the inside while popping that tab out, but nothing crazy. But yeah, electrical tape's your friend, or painter's tape, whatever you have. So reinstalling this might be a tad difficult. It's gonna be hard to do it while recording. Just gonna pop it open. So should just slide right in with a little bit of force. So I'm gonna put you guys down for this. You know, maybe a second or two. So the last steps are just going to be reinstall your what I now realize are 8mm bolts. This is those 3, and then you'll reinstall your cap here, and then should be fully functional. Once again, should be no more issues. So bolts are installed. Let's pop this back on if you so choose to. I'm going to, just because I just want it to look like it did before. I'm just that kind of way. And grab our plate here, and that little tab right there will be popped onto that. You can see the catches right there. It's just as just like that. Could not be better. Hope this helps. Thanks for watching, guys.